Hello and welcome to episode 21 of me learning stuff. So in the previous episode I was starting to learn Neovim. I installed it and started on Tutor. So Tutor is the built-in tutorial in Neovim. So in this episode I'm going to continue on the tutorial and hopefully complete it. So let's go. I'll jump into my Windows terminal and hit Nvim to open Neovim, and then I'm gonna hit colon and type Tutor. So I've done a little bit of video here, and so I'll continue where I am. I have completed lesson 3 and started on lesson 4. So I think I'll start again on, well, I can read the summary of lesson 3 just as a refresher. And also I'm practicing navigating with the HJKL keys. I have actually disabled the arrow keys, so you can see if I press any of the arrows, it will remind me to use those other keys. So that's the only way to learn this, I think. It's just force myself to use it. So, lesson 3 summary. We can use P to re-add text that has just been deleted. So, so it puts the deleted text after the cursor, and if you delete a full line, it will put it after. So let me just try this. So I'm not going to say I remember everything, but if I hit DD, it should delete this line I'm on now. DD. And if I hit P, it inserts this line on the line below the cursor. So if I hit DD again, I can navigate up here, and I can hit P to reinsert a line. Okay, great. And then we can replace a character by hitting R. So if I want to replace this O with a 0, I can hit R and then 0. All right. I can replace this by typing R, capital E. Okay. Then we have the change operator, which allows you to change from the cursor to where the motion takes you. Okay, do I remember this? Type CE to change from the cursor to the end of the word. Okay, yes. So if I want to change this motion word, I can hit CE, and then it deletes whatever is from the cursor and to the end of the word, and then I can type. Okay. And then I can hit the dollar to change to the end of the line. So if I do that here, it should remove everything from where I'm right now, and then I put me in insert mode. So C and dollar sign. And I can type and hit escape. And now I can press U to undo this. Okay. Great. And number 4. So the format for change is C, and then how many times you want to do it, and then the motion. So yeah. So let's see if I want to, let me try this. So I'm here, I hit C and 3 and dollar sign. Will it change 3 lines? Yeah. Then it deletes all 3 lines. Hit U to undo. Oops, I have to go out of insert mode and then hit U to go back. Right, and now I just want to remember what capital U is. What is capital U? I just remember that U is undo. What is capital U? Capital U, undo all the changes on a line. Okay, so if you make multiple changes, you can use capital U. And lowercase u is just the previous change, and undo the undos is Control R. Okay, this will definitely require lots of practice to get into muscle memory. Okay. So that was lesson 3, and let's go to lesson 4, cursor location and file status. Type Control G to show your location in a file and the file status. And then hit G to move to a line in the file. Okay. So I've already done this, so I will try to do it. So I can hit Control G, and then you can see the bottom line changes slightly. It says that I'm in vim01 beginner.tutor file, and that line has 995 lines. I'm currently at line 499. So if I now hit I go up a little bit. Hit G. I'm on line 481. Hit G, capital G, to move to the bottom of a file. 995, and GG to go to line 1. Capital G, GG, capital G, GG. Okay, and then I can type 477. I can type the line number, and I can do Control G. No, Control. Damn it, I forgot. 477 and capital G. Is that correct? Yeah. Capital G. If I just hit G, if I just hit capital G, it will take me to the bottom. But if I write 477, capital G will take me to this location. All right. All right. So if I hit escape now, I'm not sure how I get out of this mode, but seems it's always available now. If I just quit and oops, and can I always do that? Like go to, I guess maybe. Let me open Tutor. I've accidentally changed my language again. Tutor. Okay, and then can I now do like 477 and capital G? Yeah, okay. Great. Search command. Type / followed by a phrase to search for the phrase. In normal mode, you type this / and the cursor appears at the bottom of the screen. Now type error and hit enter. Okay, so I hit / and then hit error, and it highlights the errors. Then I can, oops, and hit enter, yeah, of course, hit enter, and then I can cycle through all of them with N, or reverse cycle with capital N. Okay. To search for a phrase in the backward direction, use question mark instead of slash, okay? Fine. Then it's just the opposite direction. Great. To go back to where you came from, press Control O. Okay. So this will take me. This is very useful. Control I and Control O to navigate. That I have to remember. And when the search reaches the end of the file, it will continue at the start unless you have configured otherwise. Lesson 4.3. Here's the new stuff. Type percentage to find a matching bracket or parenthesis. Place the cursor on any symbol in the line below marked green hook. Now type the percentage character. The cursor will move to the matching parenthesis or bracket. Okay, let's try. So if I do this and hit, whoa, accidentally hit the wrong button. Okay, so that's nice. So if I just keep pushing percentage, it will navigate. And let's try another one. Hit percentage and it navigates. Okay. That's a really useful one. Very nice. And if I go to this one, okay. This is very useful for debugging a program with unmatched parentheses. That's a good point. Lesson 4.4, the substitute command. Substitute command. Type :s/old/new/g to substitute new for old. Okay. So here we have spelled the word the wrong 3 times. Okay, we want to replace it. So I've moved the cursor to the line. Now type :s/v/the. Note, the S command only changed the first match of the in the line. Now type blah 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 /g, and it will find all of them. Adding the G flag means to substitute globally in the line. Change all occurrences of the in the line. Okay, so can I just hit enter now? Yeah. Great. Okay. To change every occurrence of a character string between 2 lines, type Okay. This is getting a little bit complicated. Like I'm struggling enough just to remember the very simple, like one character commands. So, but we'll just have to practice. Where number are the number of line are the line numbers of the range of lines where the substitution is to be done. For example, 1, 3 means from line 1 to 3 inclusive. And then type $s to change every occurrence in whole file. And then GC to find and prompt whether to change. Okay. So S is on the line. And first occurrence, all occurrences on the line, on specific line numbers, every occurrence in the whole file, and every occurrence on the whole file with a prompt. You can also select the lines you want to substitute first using visual mode. This will be explained more in a future lesson. Okay. So lesson 4 summary. Control G displays your location and the file status. Don't really need this because in the lower right corner I have, this is probably because of the Kickstarter who is installed a plugin for the line at the bottom, but I can see on the bottom right corner I'm on line 573 and position 1. So yeah, and then capital G moves to the end of the file, and a number plus G moves to, or number followed by G, capital G moves to that line number, and GG moves to first line. Slash forward slash for searching, and question mark for searching backwards. Okay, I actually misread that one in the tutorial, so question mark if we want to search backwards. Okay. After a search, type N to find the next occurrence in the same direction, or capital N to search in the opposite direction. Control O takes you back to older positions, and Control I takes you to newer positions. Okay. What's the difference between N and capital N and Control I, Control O? So Control O is not related to search, that is just Control O, Control I. Control O takes me back to where I was previously making an edit, probably. Okay. Lots of stuff to learn. Percentage will navigate brackets in parentheses. And then we have substitution, :s, old, new, G or GC. Okay, super useful. Lesson 5, how to execute an external command. Okay. Type exclamation mark followed by an external command to execute that command. No, type exclamation mark. An example of, as an example, type ls following the exclamation mark command, then hit enter. This will show a listing of your directory just as if you were at the shell prompt. Okay, so I do : exclamation mark ls. And since I'm on Windows, of course I don't have ls, so let's try again. Directory. Nice. Awesome. Is it Note, it is possible to execute any external command this way, and you can include arguments. All colon commands are executed when you press enter. Okay. More on writing files. To save the changes made to the text, type W file name. Okay, type dir to get a listing of your directory. Choose a file name that doesn't exist yet, such as test. Now type test. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we are here. Test file. And I have a test file. Okay. This saves the current file under the name test. To verify this, type dir again to see it in your directory. If you were to exit Neovim and start it again with nvim test, the file would be an exact copy of the tutorial when you saved it. Really? I want to check. Save changes to untitled. No. Directory nvim test file. Okay. Can I do Control I now? Then I will go to line, let's say 510, capital G. That's not enough. Here we go. Remember to use the Vim keys. Okay, and I will delete the file. Test file is gone. To save part of the file, type vmotion. Write file name. Move the cursor to this line. Okay. Press V and move the cursor to the 5th item below. Okay. So I've selected this. Press the colon character. And then we have this sort of thing. And then type v test. Yes. Press enter. Okay. Now I have a file called test. Neovim will write the selected lines to the file test. Use directory to see it. Do not remove it yet. We will use it in the next lesson. Note: pressing V starts visual selection. You can move the cursor around to make a selection bigger or smaller. You can use an operator to do something with the text. For example, D deletes the text. Okay. 5.4. Retrieving and merging files. To retrieve the contents of file, type R file name. Okay. Place the cursor just above this line. After executing step 2, you will see the text from lesson 5.3. Then move down to see this lesson again. Press U to undo it after you are done. Now retrieve your test file using the command rtest, where test is the name of the file you used. The file you retrieve is placed below the cursor line. Okay. Retrieve test. Yeah. So there we got it. All the contents from before. And I will press U to undo it. And we're back. You can also read the output of an external command. For example, dir reads the output of the ls command and puts it below the cursor. Okay, let's try that. So R, a little bit lag. Yeah, and then it outputs it in here. I'll press U to undo it. Lesson 5 summary. So the exclamation mark command executes an external command. W writes the current Neovim file to disk. V visual select. R retrieves disk file name and retrieve command. Okay. All right. So let's continue with lesson 6.1, the open command. Type O to open a line below the cursor and place you in insert mode. Move the cursor to the line below marked check. Type the lowercase letter O to open a line below the cursor and place you in insert mode. Now tap some text and press escape to exit insert mode. Remove your opened lines after you are done. Okay, press O, and here I can something, and this is escape. I can hit R, capital I. Okay, and then I can hit DD to delete the line again. To open up a line above the cursor, simply type a capital O rather than a lowercase o. Try this on the line below. Remove your opened line after you're done. Okay, so first let's write something above. Okay, I hit the wrong key. Shift O, something, and then escape. Go down and hit O, something else. Okay, escape. So now I can press undo twice. Lesson 6.2, the append command. Type A to insert text after the cursor. Press E until the cursor is on the end of LI. Okay. Type the lowercase letter a to append after the cursor. Okay. Okay, and use E. Press E and then A. Escape E. Okay, this is awesome. It just takes quite a bit of time to get used to, but I love it. Note A, I, and capital A all go in the same insert mode. The only difference is where the characters are inserted. Okay. What is capital A? End of line. Okay. And A is just anywhere. And E is navigating. And I is just wherever I am. Really? Okay, so I takes me there. What about A? Okay, so I before and A after. Yeah. I is before. Let's insert, and A is append, so it will go after. Capital A, end of the line. Lesson 6.3. Another way to replace. Type a capital R to replace more than one character. Move the cursor to the beginning of the first XXX. Now press capital R and type the number below it in the second line so that it replaces the XXX. Okay. Capital R. 4, 5, 6. Escape. Capital R. 5, 7, 9. Replace mode is like insert mode, but every typed character replaces an existing character. Okay. Lesson 6.4, copy and paste text. Use the Y operator to copy text and P to put it. Go to the line and place the cursor after A. Start visual mode and move the cursor just before first. like this. Type Y to yank, copy the highlighted text. Move the cursor to the end of the next line. Okay, J and dollar. Okay, dollar, really? That's something I learned, just forgot, okay. Okay, and put the text with P. Okay. You can use Y as an operator. Y, W yanks one word. Okay. You can use capital P to put before the cursor rather than after. Lots of details. Okay, let's try to yank a word. So I want to yank the operator word. So Y double W. Okay, and then I can go to the next line and just put. Okay. So it seems I need to be at the... Let's go up and hit E. A little bit laggy for some reason. Do I need to be here? And then yank word. Go to the next line. E. Okay. And Control U, is it? To undo the whole line? Yep. Press A and then type second. Oh no, I did something wrong. Okay. Delete this. Yeah, okay, so go here and then dollar and then hit A for append and write second. Escape. Use visual mode to select item. Okay, first I need to go up and delete that extra character. So I hit D and then D and then T maybe? T? No? Delete T? No? How do I delete a character? Move to the next character. F. No? Capital F. No. Whoa. I am a noob at this. Which I should be, since I just got started. Delete. L. Right. Yes. Okay. use visual mode. Okay. To select item. So I go up, and I'm gonna use visual mode to not do this. Escape. Visual mode, select item, including the dot. Yank it with Y. Move to the end of the next line with J $, and put it there with P. Okay. Didn't get the... But now I can append. No. What was the other one again? Replace. No. Oh my god. What was it? Insert is what I was looking for, of course. First, I want to do replace this one with an I. Then I want to insert and insert a space. Yes. Slowly learning. Lesson 6.5, set option. Set an option, so search and substitute commands ignore case. There are many settings in Neovim that you can configure to suit your needs. Search for ignore by entering /ignore. Repeat it several times by pressing N. Okay. Searching for ignore. Okay. And then I can /IC. Oh, colon. This is a command. Set IC. So now I also get a hit on this capital one. Right. How do I... Okay, so now all of those are found. How do I turn it up again? Unset. I have no idea. Nope. Okay, no idea how I get out of it, but okay. Set the HL search and in incremental ink search options. Okay. HLS. Yes. No, tap the search command again and see what happens. Yeah, I didn't see what happened. I guess. So HL search, ink search options. It's me, or I didn't notice any difference. 100% just me. Set no IC. No, I don't find the case again. To invert the value of a setting, append it with inv. Okay, that's really useful. Invert IC, ignore case. Is it showing me anywhere what the current setting is? To remove the highlighting of matches, enter no H highlighting, highlight search. I think this was enabled by default by my Kickstart config. That's why I didn't see any difference. It was already on, most likely. If you want to ignore case for just one search command, use /c in the phrase. Okay. Useful to know. Ignore. So now I have 9 hits. And if I do /c, I have 12 hits. Great. Lesson 6 summary. Type O to open a line below. Capital O to open a line above. A to insert text after. Capital A to insert text after the end of the line. Yeah. E moves to the end of a word. Y operator copies text. P pastes it. Capital R enters replace mode until escape is pressed. Typing set set xxx sets the option xxx. Some options are ignore case, show partial matches for a search phrase, and highlighting matches. Okay. You can either use the long or the short option name. I have to look these up next time I'm going to use them. Probably I want some of these default on, and they probably are in my init.lua file. Prepend no to switch an option off, or inv to invert an option. Lesson 7.1, Getting Help. Use the online help system. Neovim has a comprehensive online help system. To get started, try one of these two. Press F1 key if you have one. I do have one. And Vim help. Okay, so this is the whole thing. Okay. Let's quit this. Or type help as the other help. Yeah. Read the text in the help window to find out how the help works. Type Control W to jump from one window to another. Ooh, that is super useful. I didn't know that. Help. Control W. Okay, yeah. Now I'm up here, Control W. Now I'm down here. Control W. No, up here. Control W. Now I'm down here. No. Control W. Okay. You can find help on just about any subject by giving an argument to the help command. Try these. Help W. Okay. Okay, let's try to practice here. Can I visually select this? And yank it. And then paste it. No! Wasn't it P? Can't I do that here? I have copied it successfully. But I can't. I can't. Okay, fine. Help W. There's probably a way to do it, but these commands, so the W commands, move to the specified line. They stop when reaching the first or the last line. The first two commands put the cursor in the same column if possible, as it was after the last command that changed the column. Except after the dollar command, then the cursor will be put on the last character of the line. So I just need to parse this. So W 5 moves 5 words forward. E moves to the end of the word. Capital E to the end of the word does not stop. So is there no difference between E and capital E? Except the capital? What does that mean? B backwards. Okay, I'm not gonna learn all of these now. But I'm going to try another one. Help. C. Control. D. Okay, so what part is this? Command line completion. Control D, list the names that matches the pattern in front of the cursor. When showing file names, directories, blah, blah, blah. Okay. There's so much to learn. There's a lot to work to learn. So I'm wondering how I can navigate into these actually. Or if it's just one large file. Maybe I just have to open it. Lesson 7.2. Create a startup script. Enable Neovim features. Neovim is a very configurable editor. You can customize it any way you like. To start using more features, create an init.vim file. I actually have an init.lua file, which comes from Kickstart, like the starter config. So, blah, blah, blah. Start editing the Vim file. That is fine. You can add all preferred settings in the init.vim file. 7.3 completion. command line completion with Control D and Tab. List the contents of the current directory with dir. Okay. Type the start of a command, E. Press Control D, and Neovim will show a list of all commands spinning with E. Nice. Press Tab, and Neovim will complete the command name to edit. Oops. No. No. Control D. Tab. Okay, and I just have to tab my way. Can I go the opposite direction? Yeah, with Shift Tab. So I want edit, hit enter, I guess. Oh crap. No. Made a mistake. We're almost done. So where were we? What was the mistake I did? So first I'm pressing Control D. I'm getting this. Yes, but there are many here. So press Tab and Neovim will complete the command name to edit. I'm pressing Tab. But there are many. So I go down to edit. Now add a space at the start of an existing file name. Okay. No. Test. Press Tab. Well, okay. I guess I have to press space in order to complete it. Yeah. If it is unique, which it wasn't in my case. So if I do EE and then hit Tab, it will complete it. Great. Completion works for many commands. It's especially useful for help. Help. What do we have on S? Control D. Oh my lord. Script local. Okay, good to know. Summary. Press F1 or help to open the help window. Type help topic to find the help on the topic. Control W to switch windows. Q to close. Create init vim or init lua file to start configuring Neovim. While in command mode, press Control D to see possible completions. Press Tab to use one completion. Great. Conclusion. This was intended to give a brief overview of the Neovim editor, just enough to allow you to use it fairly easily. It is far from complete, as Neovim has many more commands. Consult the help often. There are also countless great tutorials and videos to be found online. Here's a bunch of them. Great. Learning Vim in 2014. Okay, lots of interesting resources here. And there's a book. Okay. We did it. So I'm through the Tutor tutorial. And I've learned a lot, and I remember maybe 20% of it. So now I just have to keep practicing, and I will look into some of the other resources here. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.